Hi, my name is Keith Craft, and this is my book, Your Divine Fingerprint, the force that makes you unstoppable. Did you know that you have a fingerprint that nobody has ever had? Why would you have a fingerprint that nobody's ever had? I grew up in a policeman's home. In fact, my father was a Dallas policeman. And I remember he would take me to work from time to time, and one particular time he actually fingerprinted all my fingers. And while he was doing that, I kind of looked up at him and I said, "Dad, why do you fingerprint people?" And he said, "Because it identifies them at the scene of a crime. Because you have such a unique fingerprint that nobody's ever had." Well, I began to think in my mind, is that really why we have a fingerprint? I mean, do you realize that it's a physiological fact that your fingerprints are some of the first things to form on your body when you're 3 months old in the womb? And your fingerprints are some of the last things to leave when you die? Why is that? What's the power of your fingerprint? Well, it's so you can leave an imprint on the world that nobody else can leave. That's what this book is about. It's your divine fingerprint, and I take you on a journey of really how to discover, develop, and deploy your divine fingerprint. We talk about your defining moments. You know, we all have moments in our life, but I talk about how to take those moments and turn those moments into positive momentum and create supernatural miracles in your life. And not be defined by the moment, but you create a miracle when you define the moment. And then we talk about in chapter 2, your X factor for success. Did you know you have an X factor for success? It's your 1%. And that leads us to chapter 3. We really dive in and begin to discover what is so unique about your 1%. By chapter 4, we begin to talk about what I call think, be, do. All of us have a way that we think. All of us have a way that we be. All of us have a way that we do. And it equals what we have in life. When you change your think, you change your be. When you change your be, you change your do. When your think, be, do gets better, your life gets better. And what you have in life gets better. By chapter 5, which is one of my favorite chapters, we talk about core values. What are core values? It's your core values, not my core values. I'm not telling you what core values to have, but core values are those things that matter most to you. And when you can identify those things, and that's what I help you do in chapter 5, then you can begin to live a life that most matters. So think about it this way. When you're able to say, here's what matters most to me, then you can begin to live a life that most matters. In chapter 6, we talk about your leadership. You may not see yourself as a leader, but the truth is you are. You led yourself to get up this morning. You led yourself to go wherever you went. You led yourself to be with the people that you're with. In that chapter, your leadership, we talk about not only the art of self-leadership, but we talk about how to take self-leadership to becoming servant leadership, and how servant leadership is your gateway to greatness. And then in chapter 7, your TNT. You know, a lot of people understand what it means to be transactional, but they don't know how to be transformational. So we go through life and we exchange one thing for another. That's transactional. That's what sales are all about. Even as children, we exchange something with good behavior for something our parents will do for us. And we learn that very early. But I take it from being transactional to being transformational. How to bring about any change in your life that you want to see. And then in chapter 8, it's called Your Life Sentences. Do you know that your life sentences sentence your life? The things that come out of your mouth come from your heart and from your mind. And as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. When you begin to say it, you begin to see it. And if you want to see different things in your life, you have to begin to say different things in your life. You see, you will get in life what you say. You will say what you get. And then chapter 9 is the winning edge. Did you know you have a winning edge? I teach you how to get on the winning column of life rather than the losing column of life, and how to be an energy producer rather than an energy demander, and to create value everywhere you go. Then in chapter 10, we talk about something that a lot of people don't acknowledge, and that is blind spots. The title of the chapter is Your Blind Spots. We all have them, those things that we're oblivious to, that are obvious to other people. I talk about how to deal with your own blind spots so that your future is unlimited and that you become an unstoppable force. And then chapter 11, one of my favorite chapters, Your 1% Genius. We've all got genius on the inside of us. In fact, a genius is somebody who solves problems that other people can't. Everybody can see a problem. Everybody can define a problem, but not everybody can bring about a solution. I talk about how to develop that 1% genius on the inside of you. And then finally, your 1% power. We end the book by talking about how you don't just have a 1%, but you have a divine fingerprint that makes you an unstoppable force. And when you understand the power of your 1%, the greatness that's on the inside of you becomes greatness in the world. And that greatness helps other people to achieve their greatness. I hope you'll pick up a copy, Your Divine Fingerprint, the force that makes you unstoppable.